Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Thriving with Rachael and Dr. Lou. Happy June. Hope everybody's enjoying the weather. Today we decided to have Olivia come on today just to talk a little bit about a new program that she is starting called Thrive University, to kind of expand the services not only that Sanare offers, but to kind of base a little bit more off of what we talk about in the podcast and make things a lot more experiential. So we talk a lot about different concepts to apply, and Olivia's kind of taking that and running with it and is actually offering workshops, which I want to hear a little bit more about, to kind of put that into practice. So if you want to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. So through Sanare, we offer a ton of services, and we found that within our programs that there is kind of a hole, if you will, and that we talk about a host of topics, but then either we couldn't provide specific examples, we couldn't provide role plays, like there was something that was missing. So we developed something called Thrive University, in that it's a series of classes, workshops, whatever you want to call it, where we'll focus on a specific topic for the day. For example, last week we had a really great workshop on boundaries. So we talked about what different types there are, the examples. We applied it to the specific lives of the clients that came in for the workshop, and they found that it was really helpful in kind of fulfilling that need of, I know what these concepts are, but it's hard when I go home and I don't know how to apply it. Mm-hmm. So a huge part of why we wanted to develop Thrive University is to kind of create more experientials, kind of what Rachael was just talking about, to be able to allow people to start practicing outside of session or services that we provide, because we know it can be hard when you learn all these new things, but then go home and you're kind of in the same environment. So it can provide a really good reinforcement for the things that we learn.
And do you have to be in, like, coming to Sanare for counseling or things like that to use that? Can they just come straight to you? Mm-hmm. How does that work?
So for right now, while we're trialing it out, we're just doing people involved in Sanare IOP, but we hope that one day we'll extend it to the community, because I think everyone can benefit from what we talk about, because we talk about a lot of different things, whether it be integrating back into the social world because of COVID, boundaries, values, like everyone can benefit from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sounds like it's more experiential, I think, like we've talked about, so it doesn't mean you have to learn it in a counseling setting. It sounds like you can just kind of come in and you learn the concepts and you learn how to apply skills right there.
Yeah, so it can be, sometimes we'll do two parts. So like the boundaries one that I was talking about, the first class was talking about different types of boundaries, so it was very psychoeducational. And then the following week, we just did a part 2 where it was more like experientials, role plays, practicing it in real time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And all of these classes that you're talking about, do you run them, or do we have other people coming in as well? How does that work?
So for right now, a lot of them are run by myself, but I'm hoping to get more people integrated. Like we have people here at Sanare who are, certified yoga instructors. So next month, actually, June 2nd, we're having a yoga/meditation run by our own Jen Lupus. So we're really excited to start bringing people in to run the workshops, because my goal for Thrive University is for one day people to be kind of running it based on what their interests are, and having multiple people run it outside of myself.
So this Thrive University is not just classes and workshops for clients. You said we'll expand it to the community, but is it more than just psychoeducational classes? You're mentioning yoga. Is that going to be part of Thrive University too?
Yeah, so it's going to be a bunch of different topics, whether it be psychoeducational. We're going to have mindful movement is going to be a big theme. We're trying to integrate more self-care. We're even trying to integrate like support days, so even just people coming in and just we're doing like a doggy daycare.
I was going to say, I saw that on the calendar, is like coming in with your dogs. I was like, oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Wait, you're bringing the dogs in?
Yeah. Well, that's what it says on the calendar. I don't know.
Well, it's a lot of people say that they want to bring their dog into a session or something like that. So I just thought, like, how awesome would it be if there was just like this specified meeting time for people to just kind of come and bring their dogs, and we'll just chat, and it'll be like a really fun just connection and way to provide support to one another.
Wow, that's really outside the box.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's great.
And I guess the goal too is that we'll eventually have it on our website so that people can sign up through the calendar. At that point, it wouldn't be, I think we started saying maybe around June we could have the community coming in, which is today. Today's, I keep saying next month, and I'm like, wait a minute. So that's something that we'll eventually get, but then we'll also put your contact information on the website.
Yep.
So, okay. All right. I had another question. I can't remember what it was.
Well, you had mentioned that things are kind of set up for the month of June. Can you kind of go through what each week will be, or the first couple weeks of June? Do you already have that?
Do you
remember off the top of your head?
Yeah, you're asking me a lot right now. So I know that some of the classes, like we're doing...
I think assertiveness training was tomorrow.
We're doing assertiveness training tomorrow. We're having the yoga/meditation with Jen. I don't remember what Friday is. I think there's going to be like an organization day, so we're going to come in and talk about like styles of organization, like how we can incorporate more organization into our lives, whether it be physical or just like providing like structure within ourselves. There's going to be one on connection. There's going to be, oh my gosh, I don't even remember. We're trying to do like how I'm trying to piece it together right now is within the week, we're doing 3 classes a week or workshops a week right now. I hope to extend it further, but for right now, I'm focusing on 1 mindful like movement for the week, 1 psychoeducational, and 1 more like support or general topic. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
And how long do the workshops usually last?
They're an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And are they in person? Are they virtual? Are they both?
They're kind of both, so I'm keeping it very open right now. I always prefer in person just because I think that provides even that extra level of connection. But some people can't make it, or it's a weird time. I'm doing different times, so if someone really has a need to do it virtually, we can fulfill that need for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that would be convenient for a lot of people, and I know like we're kind of coming out of a pandemic too, so not having as many people in a room is probably something we're conscious about too, so trying to kind of figure that out. So yeah. Okay, cool. And the workshops that you've been running so far have been going well?
Yeah, they've been really interesting, and people really come in and kind of bring it their all, so it's been really fun to see, and they've been super open and engaged, and it's just really nice to see how people who don't even know each other come in and kind of talk about these things together. So it's been really awesome so far.
That's awesome. And it seems, at least when I was looking at the calendar, it seems like a lot of the things align with what we talk about in our podcast. And so one thing that I think, we were planning on trying to do is fueling each other. So either you telling us what the calendar, what the upcoming workshops are going to be, and then we can sort of talk or speak on those topics, or vice versa. If we find more things that people are wanting from the community, we can kind of communicate those back to you as well. And just like with the podcast, we're always open to feedback. So if you guys have any ideas on what workshops you would like Olivia to be hosting, or other people in the community would like to host, I know you were trying to have people from the community hosting some things with us as well, just to share their services. So we're trying to look to really expand this community-wide. So any suggestions would be helpful.
Yeah. So volunteers or people that would like to talk about their services and give us an example of it, that would be fabulous.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
All right. And we will stay tuned. We will be providing more information below after this is posted. We'll see you guys next week.